Welcome back to a warm embrace, a soft place for the hard parts of being human. Today we're talking about something gentle but deeply meaningful. Letting yourself become someone new. Not in a dramatic, overnight way, but in the quiet, everyday moments where you realize you're not who you used to be and you're still learning how to trust who you're becoming. This episode is an invitation to soften into that space. The in-between, the becoming. If you've ever felt a quiet pull toward a new version of yourself and wondered whether you're really allowed to follow it, this one is for you. There's a strange thing that happens when we begin to change. Even when we've done the work, even when our boundaries are clearer, even when we know we're moving in the right direction, we still wonder, how is this going to land with other people? We tell ourselves we don't care anymore, but often a small part of us still does. Because becoming someone new doesn't just change us, it changes how we're seen, how we're related to, how familiar we feel to others. And that can feel unsettling, especially if you've spent a lot of your life being understood through an old version of yourself. But here's the soft truth. You're allowed to exist as who you're becoming, even if others haven't caught up yet. Sometimes, as you grow, a feeling settles in your body. A heaviness in the chest, a knot in the stomach, a quiet dread that whispers, something's wrong. But often, nothing is wrong. What you're feeling isn't danger. It's unfamiliarity. Your nervous system was trained in older patterns, older dynamics, older versions of you. So when you step outside of those, even for the better, your body says, this is new. I don't recognize this. And the body doesn't speak in logic. It speaks in sensation. That discomfort doesn't mean that you've made a mistake. It means that you're doing something different. And different always takes a moment to feel safe. Becoming someone new doesn't mean discarding who you were. It means integrating. I like to think of it like getting a new phone. The old phone worked. There was nothing wrong with it. It served you. It got you through the season you were in. But over time, your needs changed. So you upgraded. And with a new phone, you don't install every old app again. Not because the apps were bad, but because they no longer support who you are now. Think of dating apps. They're useful when you're single. They serve a purpose. When you're in a relationship, you don't need them anymore. That doesn't mean that they were pointless. It means your life changed. And so did your needs. Your identity works the same way. You take what still serves you, and you gently release what doesn't. That isn't betrayal. It's discernment. Different people can bring out different parts of us. And sometimes Even the same person can activate different parts of us on different days. That doesn't make you fake. It makes you human. You're layered. Like an onion. Yes, Donkey was onto something. Strength can coexist with softness. Confidence can sit alongside sensitivity. Resilience doesn't cancel out tenderness. Authenticity isn't about being the same everywhere. It's being real everywhere. And being selective about who gets access to certain parts of you isn't cruelty. It's self-respect. You don't owe everyone the same version of you. Access is earned through safety, consistency, and care. That's not mean. That's a boundary. I want to pause here for a moment. Think about the version of yourself you're becoming. The one that feels a little unfamiliar, but also a little more honest. Now ask yourself gently, where do I feel myself holding back? Not because I'm unsure, but because I'm worried about how others might respond. And if someone you loved felt that way, what would you tell them? Take a breath and offer that same kindness to yourself, because you are that someone. There will be days when you slip back into old patterns, old reactions, old ways of shrinking or over-explaining, old habits that once kept you safe. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means your nervous system is tired. The old wiring is still there. And sometimes, under stress or fatigue, the body reaches for what's familiar. Those aren't setbacks. They're cues. Signals that you need more compassion, not more criticism. Becoming someone new is not a straight line. It's a practice. And some days, you consciously choose who you're becoming, again and again. This episode isn't about forcing change. It's about permission. Permission to expand beyond who you had to be. Permission to live as who you are. Permission to trust that the version unfolding now is worthy of space, breath, and belonging. Becoming someone new isn't betrayal. It's integration. It's carrying forward what matters and laying down what no longer fits. And even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels slow, even when it feels lonely at times, it is always worth it. You're allowed to grow into who you are, even if it takes time for the rest of the world to recognize you. Thank you for listening to A Warm Embrace. Take what lands, leave what doesn't, and be kind to yourself today. I'll see you next week.